lots of communications with the other two children. So that was a family type of experience, a wonderful time.
Yes,
Very,
yes, it really
very nice.
is. Yeah. And the lantern, what happened with you?
Well, I got sick. I went on a retreat in Heidelberg, and instead of being at the temple, I spent 2 or 3 days in bed. Not
Oh,
nice.
yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. Heidelberg
On the
is
mend
in
now, I
Germany.
hope.
What?
On the
Is
mend now,
Heidelberg
sir.
Oh, yes,
Heidelberg
yes,
in
yes,
Germany?
yes. I'm very much back to close enough to normal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a
I came
lovely
back.
dancer you have behind you, Dina.
Sorry, what did you say?
That's a
I missed
lovely
that.
dancer you have behind you on the wall.
Yeah, I bought that in India many years ago. And it was just a cloth. And we used to have a sawmill. So one of the carpenters put that on a frame and, we put it on the wall. And it's been there over 20 years.
No kidding. Well, it looks
Yeah.
lovely.
Yes, yes. It's an indigenous Indian woman, in traditional garb.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I have to
Not too
say,
much
Richard,
garb.
Sorry?
I said not too much garb, but that's okay.
Yeah, it's important to have a sense of humor in these
Of
difficult
course.
times. The times are always difficult, eh? Always challenging.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We've had the installation of a rather new, strange government that those of us of more humanist persuasion find difficulty with.
Yeah. It's causing
So
a lot
I'll
of
be addressing
concern.
that in my poetry today.
It's causing us a lot of concern all over the world, I think. What can we do? We are at the mercy of what they do in America. So all our
So we're going to
economies are
try to
going to
make
be
the best of
affected.
it. Try to
Yeah.
keep it in some kind of civilized plan here.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Excuse me while I just look for something. It seems to have, I'm quite good at mislaying things.
Aren't we all? Aren't we all?
Uh,
That's why the Buddha counsels non-attachment, right? The less it matters.
yeah, non-attachment.
Nothing teaches non-attachment like having to move.
Found it. I was listening to William Dalrymple. Anybody heard of him? He
No.
writes about India, and he writes about the Mughals, and he's written about the influence of Indian science and astronomy on the Arab peoples and the Muslims, and how they transmitted it to Iran and the Middle East, and then from there to Europe. So people like Aryabhata and others, their findings, which is like over 1,000 years, well, actually over 2,000 years old, algebra and
Right.
algorithms and all that,
Yeah.
and how all that was transmitted across, to the Muslim countries, and how the term Arabic numbers actually is Indian numbers that were
Right.
taken
Right.
from India and replaced the Roman numerals that were being used by Europe at the time.
I think if someone should tell Mr. Trump that the stars' names come from the Arab civilization, he may want to change the names of those too.
Oh God. That's hilarious. That's absolutely hilarious. Yeah. Yeah. I must actually investigate that. Thanks for sharing that with us. I actually didn't know they come from the Arabs. So
Yes,
that's
yes.
fascinating. Yeah. Yeah. It's really fascinating.
I've never heard anyone talk about or discuss. Some of the names are quite obviously Arab, but I'm sure many of those come from India as well.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So we can, but names like Mars, I think, comes from the Greeks, and
Right,
Venus.
right. But I'm talking about Aldebaran and the star names rather than the planetary names.
Oh, okay. Right. Like Alpha Centauri and maybe all that.
Sure, sure, sure.
Oh, okay.
Aldebaran, and I mean, if you look at a star chart and look at all the names there, they're all almost entirely Arab names, or
Wow.
again, perhaps Indian.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But to do that, they needed telescopes.
Right, right. Well, they must have had them because the maps, there's star maps that go back to Babylon, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's interesting. Very interesting, actually, because I think we attribute the telescope to Galileo.
Right. Well, in the West we do.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
You
yeah,
know, and we discovered North America too.
yeah. Well,
Of course, the
you got to
indigenous
make people.
population didn't think of themselves as needing discovered, but
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, let's give credit to all the terrific scientific discoveries of the Europeans, from the motor car to the aeroplane to uh, whatever, radio waves, the
They
internet.
say,
high
you know,
explosives.
they say, that the Wright brothers used a lot of information from Lilienthal and Da Vinci and a host of other people.
Sure, sure.
Right,
So what
right.
Richard is saying they say history is always rewritten by the conqueror.
Well, we all
Right.
stand on the shoulders, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
We do. We do. We do. If you're strong in your own identity, there's no need to denigrate anybody else's.
True.
Right. Which explains a lot of Trump. A man who is not very strong.
Yeah, yeah.
I have some neighbors who are very religious people and very, very polite and very circumspect and generally are, express the best kinds of humility and religious belief, right? But they're also Trump supporters. And I asked him
Oh my
yesterday,
God.
I said, excuse me, what part of which invasion do you favor most? Panama, Canada, Greenland, or Mexico? And he said, well, I think it'd be great if we sort of invested in Greenland. I said, wait a minute, that's not what's being proposed. This fellow is proposing grabbing, not even negotiate, just grab by force. And that's anything but anything
Yeah,
but a Christian sort of mentality.
yeah, yeah.
Some people were
It's a
badly
new
fooled.
imperialism. It's just a
Badly
new
fooled.
imperialism, isn't it?
Yes,
I mean,
yes,
Putin reintroduced imperialism, and now Trump is emulating him.
yes. I was on a poetry meetup yesterday, and this gentleman, I'm using the term very, very generously, said, "Well, all these people picking on Elon Musk." And I said, "Are you kidding? See a spoiled rich kid whose family made their money by oppressing people. Wait a minute, and he's supporting right-wing fanatics in Germany. Are you? What's not to criticize?
Yeah,
Strange. It's a strange world we're in, brother.
yeah, yeah.
But let's talk
Okay,
of happier.
good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the poetry reading with Shwetha A. Sorry, I'm afraid the computer has given a lot of trouble. And let's begin the show with a few lines of Joy Harjo. When I begin to listen to poetry, it's when I begin to listen to the stones, and I begin to listen to what the clouds had to say, and I begin to listen to others. And I think most importantly for all of us, then you begin to learn to listen to the soul of yourself in here, which is also soul of everyone else. With a few lines of Joy Harjo, let us begin our poetry reading. Today, India is celebrating, Republic Day. So, congratulations to all the Indian friends and people across the globe. Let us begin our reading by calling upon Colonel Gopal Purdhani.
Namaskar, Prasanna ji, and good evening, good morning to all the friends. Today, I would like to start with a Punjabi poem. This poem is connected with the God. This is Rohani, this is Pavitra, and इसका जो भी असर होता है वो दिल के ऊपर होता है, रूह के ऊपर होता है। वो रूह से जो बात निकलती है वही इसमें की जाती है। बड़ी प्यारी लैंग्वेज है पंजाबी। मैं शुरू करना चाहता कि ये रूहानी कविता ये उन्होंने डेडिकेटेड है जेड़े ज़्यादा भगवान के बारे सोचते हैं, अपने बारे सोचते हैं, सारे जहान के बारे सोचते हैं। अर्ज किया है कि मैनू लग्या मेरा लग्या चित किते होर, मेरा लग्या चित किते होर, मैनू की जे कुत्ते बिल्लियां पे मचावन शोर, मैनू की जे कुत्ते बिल्लियां पे मचावन शोर। ना मैं किसी दी शक्ल पछाना, ना मैं किसी दी शक्ल पछाना, कौन है मैं की जाना, पांदी में बस चली जाना, कि मेरी फितरत है मेरी तोड़, ये मेरी आदत है जो चलते जाना है, भगवान की तरफ सोचते जाना, भगवान को पाना, ईश्वर को पाना, गॉड को पाना, खुदा को पाना। कर लैन मैथू सब किनारा, कर लैन मैथू सब किनारा, ना मैं मंगदा कोई सहारा, मैनू अपना आप प्यारा, मैं हाँ अपना चोर, मैं हाँ अपना चोर, मेरा लग्या चित किते होर। किसी नाल कंसर्न नहीं है, मेरा और मेरे भगवान वही दो चीजें हैं मेरे लिए, और उसी की तरफ सोचते जाना। तो उस पास से मेरा महरम यार, उस पास से मेरा महरम यार, कीते कोल निभाना प्यार, मैनू करना दरिया नू पार, कदे मेरे ऊपर नहीं हो चलदा किसी दा जोर, मेरा लग्या चित किते हो, मेरा लग्या चित किते हो। ऐसी पंजाबी पोएम अगर थोड़ी इजाजत हो तो एक छोटी सी मैं गजल कहना चाहना। गजल का जो तौलक है वो भी रूह नाल, दिल तो निकलते हैं लफज, वो लफज प्यार दे भरे हुए होंगे, वो अपने बारे नहीं सोचते, अपने यार, अपने बेली, अपने खुदा, जिन्हों अपना समझदा उसदे बारे सोचते हैं। यह है कि आप होते हैं तो कुछ और बात होती है, आप होते हैं तो कुछ और बात होती है, चांद के बगैर भी चांद रात होती है। चांद के बगैर भी चांद रात होती है, कि जो घड़ी आपके वसल में गुजरती है, वसल में मिलाप, जो घड़ी आपके मिलाप में गुजरती है, जीवन की वो असली सौगात होती है। तो पलक उठती है तो दिन निकलता है, पलक झुकती है तो रात होती है। पलक उठती है तो दिन निकलता है, पलक झुकती है तो रात होती है। वल्ला आप जब मुस्कुराते हैं, वल्ला ये खुदा, ये भगवान, आप जब मुस्कुराते हैं तो मोतियों की बरसात होती है। आप जब होते हैं तो कुछ और बात होती है। चांद के बगैर भी चांद रात हो। नमस्कार प्रसन्ना जी, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। ये
क्या
दो
बात है सर, चांद के बिना भी चांदनी रात, चांदनी रात होती है। बढ़िया, एकदम सुपर। आप तो बिल्कुल शायर है, पोएट है, बहुत उम्दा रचनाकार है। बहुत खूब सर। प्लीज गिव अ राउंड ऑफ अप्लॉज फॉर my dear friends. That was Colonel Gopal Purdhani. Please remember, share one of your best poems. Okay, please welcome our Dr. Deena Padayachee.
थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू।
Good day, everybody. Welcome back from the holidays. I was away for a while, and I must say I'm very happy to be back among all of you. You're such a happy, energetic crowd, and quite frankly, you do energize me as well. What I'm going to read today is not really a poem. It's more prosaic. It's called Gratitude. And there's something that I think I must just clarify before I start reading it. Um, I grew up in a South Africa where most of the population was referred to in the negative. So we found that obviously very offensive, and still the world refers to most of the population of the world in the negative. So um, over the years and because of my academic training, I looked at the term melanin, which is what is in our skins to protect us from skin cancer, and obviously is an advantage for us during global warming. Um, what I find is that what I decided was that I should use the term melanin blessed for the people who have melanin in their skins. And therefore, the people who had less melanin were melanin deficient. And I'm explaining all this because I thought it was fairly obvious. But when I used the term melanin deficient, unfortunately, somebody took offense and just did something quite nasty and wouldn't allow me to respond. So I thought I should just clear the air about the term melanin blessed and the fact that I don't use the term non-white. Okay. This poem is about the marvelous progress during our lifetime. I was born at a time when, for many, cars, watches, and even shoes were luxuries. When radios were relatively uncommon, the internet was sheer science fiction. Books were much sought after, and mobile phones were unbelievable. I was born at a time when inexpensive intercontinental chatting was unheard of, and microwave ovens were not even a figment of the imagination. I was born at a time when the ladies didn't wear saris only to weddings, and gentlemen didn't wear jeans to them at all. I was born at a time when television was taboo in South Africa, and racism was normal for the fascists. I was born at a time when the help still called the employer baas. The word baas means boss in the Afrikaans language. And pink skins were more valued than university degrees by the masses. I was born at a time when Europeans only science polluted even hospitals, benches, and parks, and we children heard adults being called boy and girl. I was born at a time when our conquest was celebrated by the brainwashed, and the snootiest people still reveled in behaving like coconuts. I was born at a time when it was rare for people to have passports, and intercontinental travel was only for the blessed few. I was born at a time when most of the world was owned by the melanin deficient, and it was normal for us to be called non-white. Thank you very much. That's my poem.
Thank you, sir. Melanin. It's very significant, in fact. So,
Thank you.
such a thoughtful lines from yours. And yes, of course, there is always a discrimination and happens around the color. But that's the way it is sometimes. Cannot we could just only be, expressing our opinion or maybe rise our voice. Thank you, Deena sir, for letting out your words. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. Please welcome Miss Dr. Gargi Saha.
Hello everyone, good evening, sir. Today I'm going to read a poem, I'm Waiting. My partner is in meeting and I'm waiting. He's in office and I'm waiting. He's in a tour and I'm waiting. He's busy in a world tour. I'm patiently waiting his call. Every time I wait and he goes out, I'm the permanent leg of a compass and he keeps rotating around to complete the circle. Kids go to school, tuitions, picnics. I prepare breakfast, luncheon, snacks, and await their arrival. They have grown up and settled in their lives. I await their homecoming. All leave me, and I keep waiting. Their arrivals and departures. A woman transforms a house to a home. She weaves it with love, compassion, altruism, benevolence, sacrifices, and tolerance. None can belittle a woman's contribution. At home and in the outer world, she's on par with men. Don't ridicule, tease, humiliate her. Thank you.
Excellent, ma'am. She's again. There are no words to describe, the women's role of, the feminine gender or whatever it is. Yes, keeps waiting, always. Please give a round of applause, my dear friend. That was Dr. Gargi Saha. Please welcome Richard Spacek.
Thank you, my friends. Thank you all. Wonderful to be with you. And the miracle of technology helps us communicate, and may we be given wisdom to communicate with some sense. I hope to amuse you a little bit with the foolishness of our new president over here. And this is a little piece that I call Making Greenland Grape Again. Returning to it again like a long lost friend, we've brought up vineyards from the Indus Valley. We've hired a bunch of the homeless locals to stage a rally. We'll be planting a hearty vintage all along the icy coast where the North Atlantic whispers off the ice-encrusted shoreline, or so we'd like to boast. We've offered employment to the local population, although we're not entirely certain of the contingencies and requirements of the total operation. We've announced $1 million investment on paper, to be sure, but the vineyards and the brewery were pleased to suggest that the local reindeer will endure. The frozen tundra nearby will no doubt prove entirely fertile, or the fallow, untested, rock-strewn ground, or so we've been assured by our ag manager, a gal named Myrtle. Proliferation of several kinds of lichen add a picturesque splash of color to the varieties of gray landscape that we fully expect to double. We anticipate next December for our groundbreaking effort We've rounded up some homeless migrants who will launch the project. This bunch has impressed us all as clever. We'll be performing laser-guided drilling with a brand new AI foreman, but the locals are undergoing formal cyber training in the farm that may be norming. The literate among them will make up the clerical staff, but there's insurance forms to process and punch cards to load, so I'm not yet prepared to laugh. We'll be handing out hundreds to the hungry passers-by. This can be easily explained pretty soon, you know. We'll be telling you by and by. We've been giving large bills to children and the wandering homeless, it's true, but they often find us enticing, and the word is quite exciting. Besides, many will be of voting age, or so we do construe. We see bountiful vineyards and a beachside flourishing, hotels and a thriving tourist trade, and as they relax, they'll be able to enjoy a festive reindeer parade. Making Greenland grape again.
Indeed, Richard, indeed. You're bold enough to express your whatever, your mind says. That's inequality of a poet to say. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. That was, of course, Richard. Please welcome Miss Manatita Aka Lantern Carrier.
Woo! My turn has come up. Okay, let's see. I'll give you there we are. I'll go for Shades of Luminance. Shades of Luminance. Loyalty kissed my mother's womb, going forward to shape my character, environment, and culture. Relationship to peers and country, my steadfast devotion to duty, to partnership in love and tenacity. Purpose has always driven me in life, ever since I awake intuitively to the knowledge of self, recognizing that I am a soul, experiencing the duality of joy and sorrow, striving to become one with its innate divinity, its true source. Belief was the light of hope which kept me moving, even in the abyss of my loneliness. It kindled my trust in doctrines before manifesting itself as faith in the mystic fire of my experiences. Progress is a voice of evolution that showed, like the Wright brothers, that one can always soar higher. Like the phoenix, that there is no limit to human experiences, only a continuous or self-transcending journey of growth. Excellence was the way I paid attention to detail, like a fine wine, to ensure that every aspect of its aroma, taste, and environment is amenable to all, not to mention the decor, ambience, energy, and affinity of the surroundings. Pride divine is a well-deserved state for which I toiled, like bringing up children, watching with the joy of the heart as they surpassed me in conduct, excellence, and charisma. Unity walks with me, like my favorite flowers, each being aware of their own strengths, not competing, but blending harmoniously to create an exquisite garden of radiant love. Gratitude is my very life breath. It rightly is my legacy from the truth eternal, sustaining me in my darkest hours, like it does the night, whispering to my soul that love is all. Glory comes in guises, carrying the attire of leopards and snakes. I start with status, fame, wealth, and power, wearing a crown on my head and a scepter in my emotions, burdened by the elephants on my shoulders, until I ascend to the grandeur of eternal love. Faith is the silent, reassuring voice that guides me, adding charm flavorings to my experience, like grace, with such inner culinary genius that I never doubt the joy of its delight. Wisdom scrolls nest in my heart temple, like doves of light, carrying the messages of harmony and oneness, revealing the vision of freedom on the very pulse of being. These shades of luminance inspire me, keeping me spirited and feeling totally alive. They kindle my courage, giving me the strength and resilience to pay attention to self-worth, soaring on radiance and commanding respect. Now I feel so alive. I rise in the morning and smell the cafe Arabica con leche, being already vibrant and receptive like tulips to the healing rays of the sun. I see the shafts of love's mercy even as she dances in the unfurling magnolias and exquisite white lilies of spring. The glint in my princess's eyes roam, never failing to greet the shining star of her only lover. The trees laugh in their plenitude, even as nature comes alive in her munificence. We walk through the grove, our hands clasped and transmitting the warmth of love's energy to our souls. We hear the stream's melody, even as the song bearers create magical symphonies, and the fertile earth massages our feet affectionately. Yes, I am alive in my shades of luminance. Here everything pulsates, and the universe glows with luster like rows of golden lanterns lining its path. I am free, basking in the light of my beloved, and my soul sings and whispers gratitude to the temple of the sun. Lantern Carrier, thank you.
We could get lost in your tapestry of words, sir. What a brilliant imagery. Please give a round of applause, my dear. That was Lantern. Please welcome Miss Saraswati Poswal. Miss Saraswati Poswal. Miss Saraswati Poswal,
Hello.
please unmute your mic.
Good evening, good evening. Happy Republic Day to everyone. First of all, सभी को गणतंत्र दिवस की हार्दिक बधाई मेरी तरफ से। तो मैं सरस्वती पोसवाल आपके समक्ष अपनी एक हिंदी में आज एक कविता प्रस्तुत करूंगी। तो नहीं मैं तुझसे जुदा, शीर्षक है मेरी कविता का, नहीं मैं तुझसे जुदा, भेदभाव ना हो हमारे मन में, भेदभाव ना हो हमारे मन में, एकता का गान सदा हो यहाँ, एकता का गान सदा हो यहाँ, अल्लाह कृष्ण ईशु का मजहब यहाँ, अल्लाह कृष्ण ईशु का मजहब यहाँ, सर्वधर्म भाव समानता हो यहाँ, सर्व धर्म भाव समानता हो यहाँ, मैं यही देश धर्म नहीं मैं तुझसे जुदा, मैं यही देश धर्म नहीं मैं तुझसे जुदा, सशक्त स्त्री की है ललकार, सशक्त स्त्री की है ललकार, बने खुद समर्थ ना हो लाचार, बने खुद समर्थ ना हो लाचार, सशक्त स्त्री की यह है ललकार, आए आंधी अगर रास्तों में ही, आए आंधी अगर रास्तों में ही, बदले मोड़ जो वीरांगना नहीं वही, बदले मोड़ जो वीरांगना वही, है वही देश रक्षा नहीं मैं तुझसे जुदा, है यही देश रक्षा नहीं मैं तुझसे जुदा, वीरों ने भी क्या किया कमाल, वीरों ने भी क्या किया कमाल, ना अपनी परवाह दिया बलिदान, ना अपनी परवाह दिया बलिदान, लहराया तिरंगा बने देश की शान, बने हम भी वीर ऐसी हो दास्तान, बने हम भी वीर ऐसी हो दास्तान, है यही देश प्रेम नहीं मैं तुझसे जुदा, है यही देश प्रेम नहीं मैं तुझसे जुदा, शौर्य शांति हरियाली यहाँ, शौर्य शांति हरियाली यहाँ, रंग भरे त्योहार हो यहाँ, रंग भरे त्योहार हो यहाँ, विदेशी को भी सुहाना लगे, विदेशी को भी सुहाना लगे, फिरंगी को भी नवाजा हमने, फिरंगी को भी नवाजा हमने, है यही देश रंग नहीं मैं तुझसे जुदा, है यही देश रंग नहीं मैं तुझसे जुदा, है मेरा ये देश आजाद, है मेरा ये देश आजाद, अब करनी है हिफाजत, अब करनी है हिफाजत हमें भी मगर, है मेरा देश अब आजाद, करनी है हिफाजत हमें ही मगर, ना भूले शास्त्र महान लोग, ना भूले शास्त्र महान लोग, करे नाज हम अपनी संस्कृति पर, करे नाज हम अपनी संस्कृति पर, है यही देश स्वप्न, है यही देश स्वप्न, नहीं श्री स्वप्नील तुझसे जुदा, है नहीं स्वप्नील, है नहीं स्वप्नील तुझसे जुदा, यही है मेरे देश की आवाज, नहीं मैं तुझसे जुदा, नहीं मैं तुझसे जुदा। आप सभी को गणतंत्र दिवस की बहुत बहुत बधाई, धन्यवाद। थैंक यू सो मच के कुमार जी फॉर इनवाइटिंग मी।
बहुत खूब मैम, बहुत बढ़िया, बहुत खूब।
थैंक यू सो
धन्यवाद।
मच, मुझे बहुत पसंद आई
Please
होगी।
give a round. Please
Thank you
give a
so
round of applause, my dear friends. That was Miss Saraswati Poswal. Please welcome Alexandra Psaropoulou.
much.
Alexandra.
Hello. Sharing. Happy Namaskar, happy public holiday. My daughter is in India now, so she's in Delhi and she's going around the public holiday there. She's very happy because they have 50% discount on everything. So she's buying pots and pans. Okay, Flying 11. And I'm happy to say that I have at least 50% melanin, which is very important for protection from the sun. When all I have is earth sun warming my horizons, sweet Psyche, tender wings fluttering anxiously, for it is the flight that matters, dragging my aging dreams, persevering in all kinds of weather, reaching heights of Icarus, heights of the supreme, each creation immortalizing immortality, keeping it alive, creations blowing everywhere, through my eyelashes, through the skies, flames and eyelashes becoming one, scorching our weaknesses, guiding lost souls. When all I have is a dandelion pappus to blow, seeds floating through the vortex to the cerulean ethers, for it is the flight that matters, chasing my windy wishes, releasing the nails of mental prisons, drifting breaths of nature, breaths of freedom, each ideal golden energy sent into pure light, ideals glowing everywhere, through my heart, through the skies, Zephyr and heart becoming one, subduing the ego to service the higher good. When all I have is efflorescence blooming in my garden, a farmer of senses cultivating the fruit of the gods, for it is the flight that matters, picking my deciduous emotions, turquoise showers reviving withered hopes, chanting priestesses of protection, priestesses of safekeeping, each inspiration soothing upheaval, melodious salvation, inspirations blowing everywhere through my mind, through the skies, incantations and mind becoming one, blessed with the power of flowing divine energy. When all I have is paper and pencil for some simple words, creating poetry between invisible gods and visible mortals, for it is the flight that matters, rekindling my courageous verse, grateful in defeat and victory, dressing ideas in armor, ideas in silk, each vision a sacred icon in my pilgrimage, visions blowing everywhere through my spirit, through the skies, matter and spirit becoming one, empowering our lives with universal fire, when all we have is the ray of a new dawn in a dewdrop, light triumphing, heralding a new beginning, for it is only the flight that matters. Shukriya.
As always, Alexandra, you always mesmerize us. Thank you for being part of this program. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends.
Hi, Alexandra. So happy to meet you. I'm happy to know that your daughter is safe there in Delhi enjoying Indian climate, Indian Republic Day. Great. Thank you for the wonderful poem.
I just want to say that's so brilliant. I enjoy your poems every time you recite them at this Fertile Brains webinar. So thank you so much. The way you use language is absolutely exhilarating and illuminating. And we're all, I think, very grateful for the fact that you're part of us. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm very grateful that all of you are a part of me. And I read a simple poem for Rao, so he doesn't complain that I'm becoming too philosophical.
Indeed, we are grateful.
It's like I am a critic here.
You are?
I am a critic sort of person here.
Great. Of course, let's go across to Srinivas Sambangi sir, who is what do you call? He's a master of, a few lines that he realized in haiku and tanka. Please welcome Srinivas Sambangi.
Thank you, Prasannaji. Hello, everyone. Happy Republic Day to all Indian poets. I take only a couple of minutes for my reading, as I have very few haiku on the subject, not many. Independence Day, a balloon vendor regains his breath. Independence Day, a balloon vendor regains his breath. Martyrs Day, a flower girl counts the heads fallen. Martyrs Day, a flower girl counts the heads fallen. Gandhi Jayanti, the painted boy's smile brighter than his body. Gandhi Jayanti, the painted boy's smile brighter than his body. Republic Day, the flag on street vendor's cart fails to fly. Republic Day, the flag on street vendor's cart fails to fly. Thank you.
Excellent, sir, as always. Wow. It's beautiful expression. Tales.
Thank you, Prasanna.
Concise. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends.
Today, Republic Day, just I pulled out what all I wrote somehow connected to this.
Of course, great. That's great of yours.
But not many, unfortunately.
You could take it. You could take out. That's not it. I got one, sir. The fate of life, your life, at the vestibule, broken, as hollow within. Got the point? You never get the point.
Haiku is like that. Haiku is like that. It takes time to just think about it and get out with the meaning.
Yeah, maybe I don't think. I think wishing to be kissed, fragrance rejoiced with blooming, innocence massacred. Hope you got the point.
Yeah. Come again,
Could
please?
you tell that?
Yeah, please come again.
Wishing to be kissed.
Maybe you can type in the chat box.
No, that is me. Wishing to be kissed, fragrance.
Okay, fragrance.
Your audio has gone off. Prasanna ji, your audio has gone off.
He's obviously having technical difficulties connecting.
Yeah.
Why doesn't someone go ahead, make the next choice?
Even we are not aware like who is in the order, so as to go ahead.
Yeah, that is it. Maybe he will come in a minute.
Yes. Sorry for that. Again,
It's okay.
Sorry,
Good.
have you got the point, sir? Have you got?
No, really,
Shared
to be
for the-
honest, no. To be honest, no. Maybe I think you can put it on chat box. We can discuss
It's
about
about a
it.
kid who he faced the victim of war. It's about a child. So, anyways, thank you for your beautiful, haikus. And so, please welcome Sylvia Ang. Sylvia, please unmute your mic.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Please go ahead.
Sorry, I was falling asleep. Okay,
Oh.
I read a piece. It's called Outing at Botanic Garden. Hey, why would you look at me like that? If you are not looking at me, how you know that I am looking at you? Hey, joke aside, this Sunday, would you like to join me for an outing to Botanic Garden? Let's have picnic under the banana tree. We will have cabbage fried rice with bacon, watermelon, and avocado. What's the catch? Some monkey do not feed them. You will get out of trouble. Some killed in the small pond. Their head will pop up if you feed them. Okay, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Sylvia. Thanks you for coming, and thank you for sharing, asking for the link and sharing your beautiful lines. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. Please welcome Miss Dynamic Superstar PrabhaSastri.
One minute. Good evening to everybody. Today, I am reading in Telugu poem. Jai Bharat Mata. Jai Bharat Mata. Swatantra Bharata Ganatantram Prajaprabhutvam Velugula Desam. వినపడుతుందా ప్రసన్న?
చెప్పమ్మా, పర్వాలేదు.
స్వాతంత్ర భారత గణతంత్రం ప్రజాప్రభుత్వ వెలుగుల దేశం. ఎందరో మహానుభావుల పోరాటం, ఆఖరికి జయ జయ నాదాల స్వాతంత్రం. ఇదే భారతీయుల సోదయం. ఇదే భారతీయుల ఆశోదయం. పుట్టింది సర్వ సమాన సంవిధానం. ఏకత్వంలో భిన్నత్వం వద్దు. ఐక్యమత్యమే భారతీయుల ఊపిరి. అదే తరతరాల బంగారం. శతశతమానభవ్యమైన చరిత్ర, సుసంస్కృతి సంస్కారాల ధరణి మనది. భాష, బట్ట, భోజనం వివిధమైన ఒకటే భావన, ఒకటే భావన, స్నేహం, బంధం మనది. శాంతి, ప్రేమ, విశ్వాసాల ప్రవాహం ఇది. జాతి ధర్మ భేదాలున్న అందరి ఎదలో ఉంది జన గణ మన రాష్ట్ర గీత రక్త పిపాసం. జన గణ మన రాష్ట్ర గీత రక్త పిపాసం. విశ్వశాంతి సౌహార్దత ఝూంకార బృంగ సంగీతం. కలలో కలలో ఇలలో మేమేనా నిత్య నూతత్వం. కలలో ఇలలో మేమనే నిత్య నూతనత్వం కావాలి, కావాలి, ఇంకా రావాలి, ఇంకా మిగలాలి. ఏమైనా ఏమైనా ఆగని జరగని కలుపుగోలుతనం మనందరికీ ధైర్యం, శక్తివంతం. శిక్షణ, అభివృద్ధి అందరికీ దొరకాలి. శిక్షణ, అభివృద్ధి అందరికీ దొరకాలి. మన సంవిధాన హక్కుల స్వాతంత్రం కావాలి. మన సంవిధాన హక్కుల స్వాతంత్రం కావాలి. బ్రతకాలి, బ్రతకాలి, పెద్ద పెద్ద చిన్న నెమ్మదిగా నిలబడాలి. ఇదిగో తల్లి, నువ్వే నువ్వే అన్ని దేశాల కన్నా మిన్న, అన్ని దేశాల కన్నా మిన్న భారత రత్న కీర్తి కిరీటము. దేశ సేవకు బుద్ధులమై నీ బిడ్డలా సాగుతాం. దేశ సేవకు బుద్ధులమై నీ బిడ్డలా సాగుతాం. జేహో జేహో అని యుగళ గీతం పాడుతాం. జేహో జేహో అని యుగళ గీతం పాడుతాం. నమస్కారం. నాకు ఈ అవకాశం ఇచ్చిన ప్రసన్న, నాతో పాటు ఉన్న కవులకి అందరికీ ధన్యవాదాలు.
Thank you, Amma. Thank you. Beautiful. It was so. Kya bole? I mean, you have poured out, your patriotic feelings, everything in there. Srinivas sir, would you like to react?
Deshabhakti uppongindi.
Thank you.
That's
sir.
what I can say.
Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Thank you, madam.
Thank you.
Thank you, Amma.
She has a
Thank
very
you.
rhythmical style, which always remind me of the shlokas. She comes somewhere between a Gregorian chant, like a psalmist, like David. Very appealing, very engaging, very lyrical in flow. Yeah.
Thank you, Landry. Thank you. Thank you very much.
It takes me back to the Mahabharata.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. Please welcome Anita Panda.
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Please.
Hello, greetings, everyone, and wishing all my fellow Indian co-poets a glorious 76th Republic Day. My poem today is dedicated to the Republic Day of my great nation in Hindi. मैं भारत की बेटी हूँ। मैं उस भारत की बेटी हूँ जो अनेकता में एकता का दर्पण है। वेशभूषा, भाषा, बोलियां, संस्कृतियां जहाँ है अनेक, पर संविधान हमारा एक है। मैं उस भारत की बेटी हूँ जहाँ वीरों के लहू और बलिदान से हुआ है भारत आजाद, जहाँ संकल्प लिया था हम सब ने मिलकर लोकतंत्र हमारा एक है। तिरंगे की आन बान शान से भारत माँ के अस्तित्व का हुआ है सुंदर श्रृंगार। मैं उस भारत की बेटी हूँ जो गौतम बुद्ध का जन्म स्थान है, जहाँ इतिहास साक्षी है एक कुमारी माँ कुंती का, जहाँ 5 पतियों वाली द्रौपदी का खोया हुआ स्वाभिमान लौटाया गया। मैं उस भारत की बेटी हूँ जहाँ रावण ने माँ सीता का जब हरण किया तो वीर हनुमान ने पूरी लंका जला दी। मैं उस भारत की बेटी हूं जो वीरता, शौर्य और पराक्रम का अनुपम मिसाल है, जो ना रुकेगा, ना झुकेगा, न थमेगा कभी। मैं उस भारत की बेटी हूं जो मानवता, संस्कृति और शांति का आह्वान है, जो उन्नत आकाश सा ऊंचा है और धरती सा धैर्यशील है। तो क्यों हम फिर लड़ें लिंग, धर्म, जन्म, जात पात को लेकर, जिस हक से हम भारतीय कहलाते हैं। चलो आज प्रण करें इस गणतंत्र पर एक। भारत ऐसे भारत का करे निर्माण हो आजादी अभी।
Ma'am, please read last few lines.
Am I audible?
Yes, please.
Thank you. करे ऐसे भारत का निर्माण हम, जहां हो आजादी अभिव्यक्ति और अधिकारों की, अपराध, हिंसा, अभाव से हो जहां मुक्त ये देश और समाज, जहां हो परिवर्तन, प्रगति और विचारों की आजादी, संप्रभुता और एकता हो जहां अक्षुण्ण, ऐसा हो हमारा गणतंत्र और नव भारत। हाँ, मैं उस भारत की बेटी हूं जो एकता, स्वदेश प्रेम, समानता और ताकत का शंखनाद है। हाँ, मैं उस भारत की बेटी हूं। धन्यवाद।
बहुत सुंदर कविता।
So inspiring. Very, very inspiring poem.
Thank you, ma'am.
Truly, you're a daughter of India.
I'm overwhelmed. Thank you, ma'am.
Where is Prasanna? You
Dr.
have something
Roopali,
to...
we said the same thing in different ways. I was thinking, well, I was thinking the same thing.
Yes, thank you so much. Very inspiring. Thank you.
Prasanna, please unmute yourself. You're on mute.
He looks frozen.
Oh, I see.
I think he's having problem with his network. Has Shobha Vijay Narula read your poem? Have you read your poem? If you haven't, could you please read it?
Hello, I have yet to read, ma'am.
Yeah, so go ahead and read your poem. Please go ahead.
Okay, thank you so much. Hello, everyone. Am I audible to all?
Yes, please go ahead.
Very good evening to all of you, to the galaxy of fertile brains. I'm really enjoying the poem recitation, poem reading of each and every poet. Since today everyone is reading the poem related to the Republic Day, I have also found one of my poems, which is somewhere connected to the Republic Day, maybe. The title of my poem is Bhagya Vidhata. भाग्य विधाता। निज पूतों ने छला है जिसको, निज पूतों ने छला है जिसको, सिसक रही वो भारत माता, भ्रष्टाचार के दानव से भयभीत खड़ा है भाग्य विधाता। भ्रष्टाचार के दानव से भयभीत खड़ा है भाग्य विधाता। क्या जज्बा था उन जाबाजों का, क्या जज्बा था उन जांबाजों का, निज खून की स्याही से लिख गए जो भारत का स्वर्णिम इतिहास। जमाखोरों ने दीमक बनकर कर डाला उसका सर्वनाश। जमाखोरों ने दीमक बन कर डाला उसका सर्वनाश। कुर्सी पर जो भी बैठा वो धन जनता का रहा है खाता। भ्रष्टाचार के दानव से भयभीत खड़ा है भाग्य विधाता। Now some hope is there. अब मोदी है हम सबके नायक, अब मोदी है हम सबके नायक, चल पड़ी क्रांति की आंधी। नई ऊर्जा और जुनून लिए अवतरित हुए मानो गांधी। अब मोदी है हम सबके नायक, चल पड़ी क्रांति की आंधी। नई ऊर्जा और जुनून लिए अवतरित हुए मानो गांधी। तब युद्ध था गोरे गैरों से, तब युद्ध था गोरे गैरों से, अब खुद के ही पहरेदारों से, अब खुद के ही पहरेदारों से। जन जन की निद्रा टूट गई, जन जन की निद्रा टूट गई, भ्रष्टों की किस्मत फूट गई। मुस्कान लौट कर आएगी, मुस्कान लौट कर आएगी माँ भारती के भाल की। तब गाएंगे एक बार पुनः भारत भाग्य विधाता। जय भारत भाग्य विधाता। Thank you.
Thank you so much. It was another powerful poem. And today is Republic Day, and we're so inspired. And we have lived through these years to celebrate, and that itself is a wonderful thing. Shall I call upon Satinder Sethi to read her poem?
Good evening to everyone here, and my greetings on the Republic Day of India, and I welcome all the poets here. I am here not with the poem on Republic Day, but it is a poem about a young girl who has been born and brought up and educated also in a town, and now she has got a placement in a metropolitan city. She has moved to that city and she describes her adventures over there, how she finds what type of shift it is there from the town to the big city. So I am going to recite before you the poem. A giant leap from my silent, peaceful town. A giant leap from my silent, peaceful town to a huge city of steel and stone, with skyscrapers rising to touch the skies, arousing in me the hope of attaining new heights. With skyscrapers rising to touch the skies, arousing in me the hope of attaining new heights. My placement in a big multinational company, offering big opportunities to fulfill my dreams. My placement in a big multinational company, offering big opportunities to fulfill my dreams, was a chance to grab with a spirited mind, was a chance to grab with a spirited mind what looked so far and difficult to reach. What looked so far and difficult to reach. The city breathes a living, beating heart. The city breathes a living, beating heart where every soul plays its own unique part, where every soul plays its own unique part. A pulse that never falters through day and night, a pulse that never falters through day and night. Here, the streets never go off to sleep, always flooded with light. Here, the streets never go off to sleep, always flooded with light. Fast-running vehicles, like rivers' turbulent flow. Fast-running vehicles, like rivers' turbulent flow. The cacophony of honks and horns, always on the grow. The cacophony of honks and horns, always on the grow. People work like robots. People work like robots to make the best of the day. Strangers to the neighbors with non-feeling hearts of clay. Strangers to the neighbors with non-feeling hearts of clay. From a lofty perch, the world feels like a distant dream. From a lofty perch, the world feels like a distant dream, a mosaic of disparate faces like reflection of colors in a stream. A mosaic of disparate faces like reflection of colors in a stream. Yet, amidst this concrete jungle, a unique beauty is seen. Yet, amidst this concrete jungle, a unique beauty is seen. In the chaos, there is rhythm. In the chaos, there is rhythm heard by those substantially keen. Heard by those substantially keen. With consistency and perseverance, success gets adorned. With consistency and perseverance, success gets adorned in the heart of the city where dreams are born. In the heart of the city where dreams are born. Thank you.
Excellent.
Thank you so much.
Roopali ma'am, I'm very good. Thank you for filling in.
You are like Mr. India, sir.
Yes.
You are like Mr. India.
You're a pop-up magician. Go ahead.
Okay, please give a round of applause, my dear friends, and thank you, Roopali ma'am, for just going off and on. Please welcome Mr. Laxman Rao.
Cool, sir. Thanks for giving me the opportunity here. Well, good evening and a very happy Republic Day for one and all. Like January being the theme of self, so I just came with the theme itself, rather with any of the Republic or independent poems. So I'll just go with the poem like self-love. So I come across love in many myriad ways. So here it's self-love. Here it goes. Self-love. Love that hurts you and that heals you. The wounds of the heart and the soul source. Love the broken parts and those can't be conjoined. Love that sadness, silence, and its stillness. Love the smiles, those can turn into laughter. Love those pains that can transform into pleasure. Love that madness with all your maverickism and all that minor mistakes that you intended to make. Love the sparkling eyes, joyous body, elegant and grace. Love your faculties, flaws, and your eccentricities. Love what makes you weird, unique, and visible. While loving self is the secret key, the grail ingredient. While loving self is the secret key, the grail ingredient. What if you love everything else apart from you? What if you love everything else apart from you? Nothing will remain of you to love and to be loved. Nothing will remain of you to love and to be loved. Thank you. So it was about self-love, taking care of yourself and to love yourself. Besides all that wounds and the agonies that you bear in your life. Yeah.
Love yourself it's all about self. Excellent. Thank you for coming and thank you for reading out. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends, and please welcome Nayma Chamchoun.
Thank you. I am not Berber. I am not a Berber. A
barbarian of Greek generals and Roman raiders, cowering in the dust, conquered and crushed. Legitimate invaders, marauding coveted minerals, advancing your empires further, the enemies at the gate, the carpeted caliphates, a pie divided in two, half for me and half for you. Gracias. Merci. Adieu. I am a powerful Amazigh who has smirked at adversity for thousands of years, flicking dusty tears, sipping warm mint tea, a Syra dripped from the wounds of the nomad fraternity, rising stronger from the debris, my tongue peppered with Arabic, French and Spanish, souvenirs I cannot vanquish, my words, an oral history of defeat and victory, immersed in rhythmic Maghreb music. I cannot be erased or silenced by the creed of the conquerors with their patriarchal parlance. I am of Al-Kahina and the conjurers, a matriarchal warrior queen. Neither faith nor power can defeat a heart forged in desert heat. Beware my spectacular spleen. Sands scattered by the wind, I travel across the globe in Al-Maghrib woven robes and olive grove skin. One day, you will say Berber, and I will see our ancestors, the civilized and the barbarian, the Amazigh and the invader, the jailer and liberty's dame. I will face you with fervor as I majestically assume my role. Hear my ululations rising above tribulation throughout history. I am Amazigh. Thank you.
Amazing, Nayma. Wow. Barbaric. I covered in the dust. What wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Wow. Very empowering. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends.
Thank you.
Beautiful, lady. Beautiful. Please welcome Elia Rabsat.
Hi, everyone. I have a short piece for you today. It's called Roots to Roots. I stretch from roots to roots, learning, growing, and evolving, from the tiny child filled with promise, lovingly nurtured, fine and polished, to a hopeful dreamer, thirsty for knowledge, with big dreams of heading to college, only to find out that I had disconnected roots in a family circle of thousands, Yet I remained only one on this island. Maybe my roots were broken, and I felt more like a stone with no evidence of moss. And my root continued, grown, and still lost. Some roots grew, but the journey was topsy-turvy, never feeling like I belonged. And I ran from arm to arm, searching for love to plant my own seeds. Yet the root was filled with weeds, and I got more distracted along the way. I honestly tried to plant my feet, but albeit it wasn't meant to be. So I found my way back to where I was polished, dreaming, and thirsty for knowledge, and realized that I was the seed and I needed to love me to be able to produce a harvest that would build a legacy. So my roots were strengthened on a root to understand myself. Thank you.
Wow, brilliant, very clear. You're very rooted. Wow, superb, superb. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. That was really rapsat. Please welcome Maria.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Happy Republic Day to all Indians. It's a great honor to be with you, all my friends. Thanks, Prasanna, for the opportunity to share my writing. Today, my lines are a positive message. Hope you appreciate them. And the title of my poem is A Good Place to Live In. Here I go. A good place to live in. What future we want for us? Yeah, we have a choice for the planet we live in. Let's make it greener. Let's make it cleaner. No pollution in all corners of the world. No wars, all living as brothers and sisters. Respect to all people. Support to old people who wants to care of us. It's the least we should do when they can't manage their lives well. Remember, one day we will become old also, and we will need someone else to take care of us. Now it seems all topsy-turvy. Did we forget the real meaning of life? Let's start before late. Let's make a move to better. Being kind to our peers. Let's be a good human being. The world deserves a good place where no one's suffering from mistakes. Hey man, wake up. Don't waste time. Let's build a good tomorrow. Thank you very much for listening to me.
Let's be a good human being. It's very important.
Yes.
To consult for
For
more.
sure. For sure. It's the best way to go.
Of course. You, yet powerful. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. That was Maria. We have got with us first time joining Dr. Pushpalata Bhatt. Pushpalata Bhatt is a very well-known poet and writer. Please welcome her, Pushpalata Bhatt. Ma'am, please unmute your mic and turn on your video. Pushpalata Bhatt, please, ma'am, please unmute your mic and turn on your video. Okay. She's having some little technical problem. Maybe I could call upon Dr. Miss Mehzabeen Hussain.
Hello, everyone. Am I audible? Okay. So I'm going to read a poem from my latest book. The name of my book is called A Perfect Rose that got released this month. So I'm going to read a poem from that book. And the name of the poem is called A Perfect Rose. This book is based on, titled after the title of that poem. So I'll read the poem, A Perfect Rose. After loving me, nothing will remain the same for you, just as nothing was same after nuclear test. The doorbell that never rang will now sound incessantly, echoing like thunder, and your doors, windows, and heart will tremble uncontrollably. In the next moment, the frantic chaos in your veins will cool, just like how the sounds of rains silence the hearts of roses, rendering them utterly still. After loving me, nothing will remain the same for you. On stepping onto the streets, you will see me rushing towards you in every phase, coming from the opposite direction, only to pass you by and vanish. After loving me, you will forget the difference between reality and illusion, between objects and dreams. You will mistake the peak of a dream for a staircase. Spread your feet across the unreal like soft grass and tuck clusters of dreams into your hairs, believing them to be scarlet flowers. Beneath a locked shower under a fiery waterfall, you will stand forever, imagining falling petals in the breeze, streaming down your hair, your skin, your lips, your necks in endless torrents. The lips, once kissed by an eager ex-lover, after loving me, those ruined lips will peel away, and there will bloom a perfect rose. Thank you, everyone.
Certainly, the masterpiece. I was told that the books which you have been put on the stall have been sold completely. All the best for you. Please share the link in the chat so that people could get a hang of this thing. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. What a brilliant expression, as always. Please welcome Dr. Gangalaxmi Patnaik.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. I am Dr. Gangalaxmi Patnaik. Wish you all a happy Republic Day. Dear friends, Republic Day is an occasion when we can pay tribute and homage to the founders of our nation, their contributions, and take inspirations from them. On this day, let's remember our duties as citizens and work to build a stronger, united India. Freedom in mind, strength in words, pride in our soul, and love for our country. Happy Republic Day. Let's celebrate the power of our Constitution and the diversity that makes our nation unique. Freedom was hard-earned. Let's cherish it by being responsible citizens. May the tricolor always fly high as a symbol of pride and unity. Remember always Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar, popularly known as Baba Saheb Ambedkar, known as the father of the Indian Constitution, as he drafted the Constitution of India. His popular slogan is liberty, equality, fraternity. This reflects his vision of a society where everyone enjoys freedom, equality, brotherhood, inspired by his deep belief in these democratic principles. Now I would like to present my rendition on Dr. Ambedkar. The title is Golden Words of Ambedkar. It's long ago our constitutional expert Dr. Ambedkar, Indian jurist, economist, presented a constitution Many thoughts then, what would they do with this new foundational document of this nation? Question mark. After years, I realized that Indian constitution connects the ruler to the ruled, lays down rules, government's powers and functions in right directions, acts as a safeguard. In those days, every moment seemed to bring forth fears. Every face looked grey, but Constitution opened features, lessened the threat of chaos, provides stability, ensures accountability. I am sure Indian Constitution comprehensive document holds unique place, signifies spirit of independence, and recognizes, protects nation's values, and is the foundation on which laws are made. Thanks, dear poets, for attending and listening the recitation on Constitution. Thank you.
Excellent, man. Thank you for joining, and thank you for your sharing your piece on Republic Day. It's very much. Yeah, please, very. Give a round of applause, my dear friends, and please welcome Miss Padma Setaluri.
Hello, everyone. Am I audible?
Please go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a small poem. Entering a huge mall, you gave a pose, and entering a theater, you did. Friends forced you to smile, family reminded you to click. Your fingertips danced well. At the official meeting, you gave a position, and in a gathering too, you did. Colleagues welcomed you, ambience embraced you, your fingertips danced well. In your shiny attire, you stood like a tree. Amidst musical notes and dance, you did. Guests gathered, you joined them. Venue's wings fluttered twice. Your fingertips danced well. You cherished the beauty in the lap of nature, rivers, seas, mountains, valleys, and fertile fields see you like an achiever. Flowers smiled when you gave a posture. Your fingertips danced well. World within the lens of a world today, you surely see your world in it. I see your status and statute daily. Is your self-pride in your selfie? Isn't it your self-satisfaction and surety? Yeah, self-esteem in a selfie. Thank you.
No, this was a good self. That's it, and based on theme. So beautiful, ma'am. They came up, you remembered. Wonderful. Wonderful. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. That was Miss Padma Setaluri. Please welcome Shyamaprasad Patnaik, Mr. Shyamaprasad Patnaik.
Maybe.
Good evening, everyone. A happy 76th Republic Day to all Indian poets. On this occasion, I am happy that I have got the invitation to recite my poems on this wonderful platform, the Fertile Brains. The poem which I am going to recite is on liberty. The title of my poem is True Liberty. Here it goes, True Liberty. Almost 8 decades elapsed since India achieved independence and sovereignty. Freedom fighters' sacrifice and unconditional love for motherland brought liberation. Arise and awake to ensure liberty to our future citizens. While unfurling tricolor teach children value of liberty and sovereignty. Our constitution guarantees right to health, education, and equality of status. But it's hopeless when slum ducks with begging bowls wander in streets. Their dreams to earn fortune buried under piled filthy garbages. Illiterate parents craving food and shelter seldom afford basic education. Desperate to secure a square meal, they indulge in crimes. Let's assure them, being proud Indians, proper education by filling their vacant abdomen. My heart still aches in distress for their downcast situations. Let us introspect. Are we really independent? Self-sufficient sovereigns? Martyr's choked voice resonate, reverberating winds high above infinite azure. Heroic songs of freedom liberates us from bondage and chains. And that is the end of my recitation. Thanks for watching, listening me. And again, I wish you a happy Republic Day. Thank you, Prasannaji, for giving me this opportunity.
Are we really independent? This is the question. Really is the question. A wonderful thought, sir. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Please give a round of applause, my friends. Please welcome Ms. Dr. Molly Joseph.
Greetings, everyone, especially on this particular eve of the 76th Republic Day. Of course, we are living in on-shifting shores, yes, and pertinent questions have been raised by Shyamaprasad ji and others, so many others. But nevertheless, to be an Indian and your motherland is what makes you the true you. So here is a poem of mine on this beautiful day. My tribute to Mother India. Mother India salutes Vande Mataram. Mother India, you the cradle of our being, our growth, your rich landscape molding our mindscapes of heterogeneity, your multi-hued cultures of the indigenous weaving out a beautiful matrix. You the one teeming democracy in the world. How love swells over watching the Indians in layering shades of different robes with languages and cultures unique and rare. Mother India, you are a marvel in hugging each one close, upholding the humane in the human. Grateful we are. Sorry for the interruption because it got clapped. Yeah. Grateful we are, remembering many a great mind who suffered, sacrificed to win freedom, shirking off the imperialist yoke. Salutes to many a young Jawan soldier who lays down his sacred life for you. Mother India, thy beauty abounds in green glory above the Himalayan mountains, flows and spreads, reaching the southern tip where the sea-swept Vivekananda rock stands. Mother India, your unique spiritual heritage, the world looks at as panacea for ailments of the present. May you turn the focal center for the promise of future, for the youth of yours outnumber with potential so strong. Mother India, hold them close, casting your magnetizing touch. We, the Indians, dream and dream of that united glory that brings peace on earth, the world deeming you as their beacon to guide. Salutes, Mother India. Vande Mataram. Thank you.
Vande Mataram, ma'am. Panacea for ailments.
Vande Mataram, Jai Singh. I really love the fact that you remember in the seers they played such a crucial role. Even Netaji himself followed Swami Vivekananda's teaching, and Vivekananda himself was the disciple of Sri Ramakrishna Paramahansa, and all the Indian seers, many more, contributed greatly to the Indian independence. And long live India, long live Mother India. Jai Singh.
Thank you, dears.
A beautiful piece.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for sharing it. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. Please welcome Dr. Rupali Sarkar.
Good evening, dear friends, and thank you, Prasanna, for inviting me. It's a very special day, and I think Molly has, I can call you Molly, Dr. Molly. You have summed up the beauty of this country, the greatness of this country. It's only 76 years since we got rid of, people who are ruling over us and humiliating us and degrading us. It takes time. We are independent. When you travel, you realize we are truly independent. It's just that we have to use this independence, this very, we have to contribute towards it. The Republic Day is very special to me because my parents celebrated it in a very big way. And this morning I've been up since 6 o'clock, putting up the flag on top of our house and, cooking some nice food and watching the Republic Day parade. All of you who have not watched it, please watch it on YouTube. The Republic Day parade in India is very, very special because it showcases the complete, the diversity that Molly is talking about. Now, I'm going to, Prasanna, with your permission, this is not promoting myself, but I'm just going to talk about 2 books that I have published for the simple reason that it just struck me that one of them, which is called Porridge and I, Growing Up with India, is about 2 little girls. And many of our poets this evening have spoken about the girl child. And this is Growing Up with India. And then, interestingly, the next book, and it came out this, within a month, is this book, which is called 70 Carats and More, Memoirs of Indian Women. These are Indian women above the age of 17. And the oldest is 95 years old. And they have all written about their education that they received, the kind of professions. They're from different professions, from a 92-year-old veterinary doctor to politicians like Margaret Alva, and teachers and lawyers. So you can see that in 75 years, we have done a great lot of things, Many of us who are here today, can vouch for that we got this education. And so with that, I would read out, today our guest, chief guest at the parade was from the Republic of Indonesia, the President, Prabowo Subianto. He was there, the President of Indonesia was there on the first Republic Day of our country. And today we had again another president from the Republic of Indonesia. The most important day it is because of the Constitution. The Indian Constitution is a remarkable Constitution. And I wonder people know that 9 women participated in writing that Constitution. And this Constitution, when you're in doubt, if no religious book gives you a guidance on a matter, Go to the Constitution of India and you will find your answer there. And your, your right to whatever that you're looking for. Now, the flag, this poem is in Hindi. The flag of India, anywhere an Indian sees that flag, I think it makes such a difference to our heart. So this is about the flag, and it's called Mujhe Rang De, Mujhe Rang De, color me, color me, color me in those three colors. So Mujhe Rang De, मेरे लिए तो एक ही झंडा, वो है मेरा लहराता तिरंगा. मेरे लिए तो एक ही झंडा, वो है मेरा लहराता तिरंगा. और नहीं भाता कोई रंग, और नहीं भाता कोई रंग, केवल गेरुआ सफेद और हरा रंग. इस झंडे की शान के लिए लड़ते हमारे सिपाही जंग. हाथ में तिरंगा झंडा लेकर आंखों में तीन रंग बसाए, हंसते हंसते अर्पित करते मातृभूमि पर अपनी जान. मेरे हाथ में माँ तिरंगा झंडा होगा, नहीं तो मैं उस पे लिपटा होऊंगा. मेरे हाथ में या तो तिरंगा होगा, नहीं तो माँ मैं उसमें लिपटा होऊंगा. यही आशीष हर सिपाही मांगता, यही कर्तव्य वो ही जानता. आओ तिरंगे को लेते कसम, नहीं करेंगे हम देश के न्याय और शांति भंग. आओ तिरंगे के लेते कसम, नहीं करेंगे हम देश की न्याय और शांति भंग. चलो सब मिलकर गीत गाए, चलो सब मिलकर गीत गाए, कदम कदम आगे बढ़ाए. स्वाधीनता सेनानी जैसे भर ले दिल में तीनों रंग, केवल हमारा तिरंगा रंग. दे दी बापू आजादी तुमने, खड़ग बिना ढाल, साबरमती के संत चुने, कर दिया कमाल. So that is my dedication to this country, to this land that gave birth to me and given me everything that any human being can want. And the humaneness that Molly spoke about, it is that which is so special about India. We may fail in many things in our daily lives, but the point is that we are trying. We always try to be right. We may not always be right. We may not always be able to do justice. But the fact that your constitution says that you cannot do this or you cannot do that is what is important. Thank you so much.
Yeah, ma'am, excellent, wonderful. Agenda is wearing Molly Joseph, I could see in her chunni or something. The color resembles the Indian flag.
Yeah.
Yes.
The tricolor.
Tricolor, yeah. And yes, of course, Somdatta ma'am. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends.
You put it
Yes.
so well.
Thank you so much. With all the betis of Bharat Mata here.
Yeah.
Please give a welcome, Dr. Miss Somdatta Mitra.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, sir, for inviting me here on this auspicious occasion of Republic Day. With your permission, before I begin with my poetic journey, I would like to raise the flag once in celebration of our Republic Day today. I could not restrain myself holding this once before I recite my poem. And I wish all my nationals present here a very happy Republic Day. When we talk about Republic Day, when we talk about Independence Day or any kind of discussions over the freedom of our country, getting our rights and democracy, it all comes into our mind that we are free. We are free from the colonial rule that really was wretched and that really troubled us for quite a number of years. So my poem relates to the word freedom, how freedom itself expresses the kind of feelings that it can emote through its existence over life. That is all my poem is all about today. I have given the title, I Am Freedom. I am freedom from my rights to explore life, sensitive to my surroundings or any relations that I acquaint with. I give priorities to all my desires. I am divine to parade over all relations. I embrace smiles and become a cheerleader in a stride. I flock around the sunshine to aglow with more power to venture worldwide. I often play with the subtlety of the winds and frolic in the dense forest to find my means. My armors are optimism and conscience. I care for all in an astuteness to influence. I have witnessed time and tide of opinions. I embark on a journey with various relations. I am free to unite with anyone with glee, those who respect me and admire my existence. I leap around the consigns and gift so many beautiful moments. I am omnipresent to enjoy a joyride with my friends, where the mind is without fear and head held high. I scamper through the emotions that explore attachments. I often suffer malevolence and feel apprehensive about the oppressors. Perturbation often brings affliction where to needle me. A cage is built as my wings flutter inside. Melancholy pervades in every breath that I release. My existence comes to an indefinite calamity. I want to move in each garden of beauty where the blossoming enthuse passion in several alacrity. I want to smile within the souls of all relationships where care and comfort raise hearts with a generosity and steamship. Thank you. Thank you.
Brilliant, ma'am. Brilliant. Excellent. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. That was Somdatta Mitra with her beautiful poem, powerful.
Good.
Please welcome our superstar Unmesh Mohitkar. Unmesh, please unmute your mic.
Hello, everyone. Good to see you all. Okay, thanks a lot, Prasanna. And it has been long, I know. Sorry for that, but here we go. I will make it quick. And this is something which I wrote about our country, and I performed this piece in a metro. So this piece is in three languages: English, Hindi, and Marathi. So here we go. You are me, I am you. I see the mountains, I see the sky, I see the people with different colors, religions, and customs, different like desert and snow, living all over the planet. One string that connects us is our culture and country. You are me, I am you. The string is as strong as you and me. You broken is me broken, you shaken is me shaken. You are me, I am you. मी फक्त जिवंत नाही, मी जिंदा दिल आहे. फक्त स्वतःसाठी प्राणीही जगतात. मला प्राणी, पर्वत, मनुष्य आणि या अलगद उडणाऱ्या पक्ष्यांमध्ये देव बघायचा आहे. अजंता, एलोरा, ताजमहल, कोणार्क माझ्या पूर्वजनांचे गीत आहे. हिमालय आणि सह्याद्री माझे मीत आहेत. मला माझा देश फक्त बघायचा नाही तर जगायचा आहे. माझ्यात तू आहेस, तुझ्यात मी आहे. मैं नहीं जी रहा हूं सपनों में, देखे हैं मैंने सपनों को सच होते हुए. गोमातेश्वर की ऊंचाइयां और हम्पी का सौंदर्य मैंने देखा है. खजुराहो और ताजमहल में प्यार और रोशनी भी मैंने देखी है. जीवन और अध्यात्म मैंने यहाँ एक होते हुए देखा है. मुझे मेरा देश देखना ही नहीं पुरजोर जीना है. मुझ में तू है, तुझ में मैं हूं. मुझ में तू है, तुझ में मैं हूं. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Wow. That summed up. That summed up. Yeah, me and me. Yeah, me. So wonderful line. So excellent.
Thanks a lot. Prasanna, really appreciate your work in this poetry circles. I think you are one of the shining lights for all of us. Thank you. Thanks a lot for the platform, for the encouragement. Thank you. And hello, everyone, again.
And Mish, I'm very curious about your reading it in the metro. Can you tell us a little more? Because I do believe that poetry should go out to the people.
Yeah, so yes, totally. That is what I also believe the same, Rupali ji. And there was a program organized by one of my friends. Okay, so we did some poetry in the running metro. Then after that, we had an open mic on the metro station. So
Ah,
one of my friends is he looks after the metro, and we somehow arrange everything. And at that point of time, this metro was not that busy as it is as it is now. So it was fun actually. Lot of people and lot of commuters as well. They joined us afterwards. So it was music, poetry. So I really like it. I think that is where the poetry belongs.
Yeah, thank you. You know, I used to go and read poetry in the vegetable market and in the fish market. I would read out my poem, but it has to be, of course, in in Hindi. So, Prasanna, here is a cue for you because poets are poor, and we've been wanting to organize all kinds of festivals. We can do it in these places. This is the way to do it. Yes.
Very good idea. Yes.
Unmesh, we have been missing your show for long.
I
How
am
come
also
you
missing all
stopped
of
it,
you.
Unmesh?
I am also missing all of you, Moliji. Nice to see you. You are looking as young as ever. Getting younger and younger.
Anyhow,
Hello,
happy
Unmesh.
ending.
Hey, Anton. Hello. Gangalaxmi. I can see all Padmaji and everyone.
Hi, Unmesh.
Nice to see you all again. I think Prasanna, you can take the mic.
So you are me, I am you. So anyways, that was Unmesh. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends, and please welcome Isaac Cohen. Isaac Cohen. Isaac, please unmute your mic. Isaac. Isaac.
2 minutes. Ah, yes. Dear Kumar, dear friends, dear Richard, dear Anmesh. Today is Sam happy in Israel because some of kidnapped were free. And I want a small poet. Isaac Cohen, my eyes, your darkness. I light, your eyes fly when you come out from gloom. Thank you, Isaac Cohen, Israel, and I hope the break of fire will be anytime and the peace will come and all the kidnapped will be free. Thank you.
Thank you, Isaac. Thank you. Thank you for coming and thank you for sharing your peace, and peace always reigns. Yes, though it is hampered a little bit. I've got peace. I'm always in the whispers of nature. You could find me in her talks. I found to be strolling along the coast of reveries. I always want to be wandering near cliffs scaling the peaks. I always want to be in the waft of petrichor after a lull of rainfall. I always want to be swimming in the seas of happiness, enjoying the bliss of rising waves of tides and absent tides. I found to be playing in the flute of rhymes, prizing nature and pleasing sense, where I always like to breathe its flavor. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Thank you for joining. Enjoy your Republic Day. And thank you, Alexandra. Thank you for your beautiful poem, Molly ma'am, so ma'am, and Richard, Mehzabeen, Padma ma'am, Roopali ma'am, Lantan, and so many. Shyamaprasad sir, Gangalaxmi Patnaik, Mehzabeen, and Nayma.
It was short but a beautiful piece, Prasanna. Thank you for all you've been doing, creating this illustrious and very spiritual platform. People with such strong, emotive poetry and poetry of light and beauty. Thank you so much.
He said, what's right? Thank you, thank you.
Where is your poem? Where is your poem?
You missed me. I went early.
Oh my God.
He was reading it, I had read it in FB earlier. How he is so close to nature and all that. Wonderful it is. Prasanna.
Prasanna, can we call upon you to read a poem, please?
Hey, ma'am, I just have finished. I just have finished.
He was reading that poem, the last part.
Okay.
About nature, how he feels so akin with nature. I read it early, Prasanna, because it was in FB. It's a beautiful poem, a piece. How it shows how you relate yourself to each aspect of nature.
Okay, I got one. I'll go. Okay. Oh, my beloved, where are you? Oh, my beloved, remember the year where our story considered to be full. Oh, my beloved, where are you? My to be far from my. Oh, my beloved, remember the oath of being together. We promised to remain clutched forever. Oh, my beloved, in your remembrance, writing and painting verses. Oh, my beloved, why my hands are shaking and trembling, and why I'm not being active as used to be like earlier. Oh, my beloved, is that you that made a spell reason for my furor? Oh, my beloved, where have you gone, leaving me in lurking? You went into lurking. Oh, my beloved, you are so weak-hearted. I am sorry to say, but you are not worthy of being loved. Oh, my beloved, you left for the woods fearing the troubles, the hassles that come forth as we march in relationship. Oh, my beloved, I shun your feeling of being cowardice. You have no right to fall for, no right to brood over ever falling in love. Oh, my beloved, I lost the times. No more whispering reveries. I goodbye for life. Oh, my beloved, I make a plea. Don't ever go for I have no to bear. Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Hope you like.
Very nice.
Bye bye.
And long live the Republic. Jai Hind.